Hey there everyone, I'm Darieth Chisolm. Welcome to Hustle and Heart TV. All right, today we're going to talk video and video marketing and what's holding you back or keeping you back from jumping in front of the camera to get your brand and message out. You probably already know just how important it is. You might even be watching your competition take jumps and leaps at video marketing, video podcasting, and they're growing their business. So the question is, what's holding you back? Is it the fear around being in front of the camera, maybe the technical skills? Well, my next guest, Keri Murphy, is masterful at teaching entrepreneurs how to show up on camera and on-camera skills. She also, with her 25-year career in television and as a business owner, is all about helping people be authentic when they do show up on camera. So Keri's got some amazing tips and information for you today so you can start doing videos to promote your business and your brand, and that's up next on Hustle and Heart TV. You're watching Hustle and Heart TV, a video podcast show that spotlights expert advice from top money earners, successful entrepreneurs, superstar network marketers, and leading authorities in business and marketing. I'm Darieth Chisolm. I'm inviting you into my home and I'm bridging my own personal success as an entrepreneur, MLMer, news anchor, and now video podcast show host to help you leverage more tools and resources, make more money, and generate more ways to take action, become a rock star, and love your journey. Keri, it is such a delight to have you on Hustle and Heart TV. I'm so excited about you being a part of our show today. This has been months in the making, so thanks to modern technology and a lull in our very busy schedules, we have the opportunity to do a Hustle Hangout. So welcome to the show.
So excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I know our schedules can be a little crazy, but we made it. We're here, and I'm excited. So thank you.
You are quite welcome. Thank you very much. So we're going to spend the next half hour or so just diving in to the importance of doing video these days. You clearly have a lot of expertise in that area and certainly the experience to talk about it. So I want to start there, and then we'll talk a little bit about your backstory and why you are the perfect person to teach people what it means to show up on video.
Sure, I could talk about video all day, and it is so important as we're growing our businesses, as we're stepping into those bigger versions of ourselves and becoming influencers in our niche. You know, video is no longer a, hey, you know, maybe I'll use this in the future. It's an absolute must, and so I'm very excited to inspire and empower your listeners and viewers to go out there and start doing it.
And no matter what business you're in, it certainly is important to consider just how video can help you grow and expand your business. And we're talking about, you know, any industry. Everyone has a message. Everyone wants to have the opportunity to reach their perfect customers, clients, their database, their audience. And clearly we're all looking at different marketing avenues for doing that. But as we're both very aware of, video allows you to really connect with people and do it in a way that allows them to sense your authenticity and really come to know your brand.
Yes, so well said, Darieth, because I love to speak. You know, I love the energy of a room and to reach people in that capacity. But, you know, it takes a lot to go to a speaking engagement and get on a plane and bring all your stuff with you. And video, it's really, once you learn how to be, and that's really what I teach. There's a lot of people that can go out there and teach you how to look good on camera, but I'm about being good. I'm about being authentic, truly reaching that ideal client. And I often tell people, you know, it's not about you on camera. It's really not. It's about the people that you're trying to reach. And it does not matter what business you're in. But what does matter is that you understand and your viewers understand that there's 4 billion views on YouTube every day. And 8 out of 10 views online are video. And it's only going to continue to grow. And so when you look at that, if you want to reach your ideal clients in a much greater capacity than you are now, video is absolutely the way to do it.
Let's back up a moment and talk steps, because often people will first be consumed with the thought of, oh my God, I don't look good, I don't sound good, I can't get the perfect lighting, I don't know the camera, it's too technical. Mm-hmm. And often before we can even get to helping people understand the importance of being authentic when you show up, they're blocked and paralyzed by the fears around just hitting the record button.
Right.
So how do you work with your clients to really get them comfortable just with the technology first, and then we'll talk more about really finding your authentic voice?
Yeah, that's great, because you're right. So many people, that fear of just pressing record, of where do I even begin? And I absolutely have trainings and programs that can walk you through step by step on what to buy and how to set it up. And again, that's something that anyone can Google. You know, we all have smartphones now. These little suckers, they shoot great little videos. There's easy HD cameras that you can go purchase. There's lighting that is easy to travel with, and there's sound, like this little teeny boom mic here is about $45 that makes you sound amazing. Lighting and sound is paramount when you're shooting video, because if you're going to show up as an expert, you need to look like one, right? So we don't want cats in the background, or, you know, the bathroom door open, or poor lighting or poor sound. And so yes, technology is important, and it changes so quickly. I have a list that I give to my clients of all the things that I use, but that gets outdated so quickly. So we're constantly updating that list so everyone has a current copy. But what I use, you know, may not be what someone else uses. But there's a lot of great products that you can use to look and sound great on camera.
You certainly can, and it really is about deciding what is the budget and how much do you want to spend, and then finding the tools and the technology that you're most comfortable using, and then practicing. You know, there are probably people, and I'll back up and say, that are watching, saying to themselves, well, yeah, it's pretty easy for the two of you to talk about being on camera because, you know, we've spent a lot of time on camera.
Yeah.
But beyond that, we still probably face the same learning curve when it comes to using certain technology. And I think the best way to get comfortable with it is to plug it in and play. And I probably assume that you would agree with that. So when we get over this idea that it may be too technical or too much stuff that you need to have in hand, and clearly all of us with our cell phones should be able to utilize that, then we go on and we talk a little bit about finding that authentic voice, which I know that you work very closely with your clients for. How does one begin to do that, and how can you help them?
Well, I think the first thing that that people need to realize is who specifically they're speaking to. You know, first of all, before I jump into that, we alone, our ego pops up, which is totally normal, and we want to put out a version of us that we think everyone is going to like, right? And you see people, they go into this alter personality where they get on camera, where they're one way off camera, and they get on camera and it's like, hi, I'm Keri. You know, I mean, nothing's real about it. Their voice is about 5 octaves higher. And I tell people to just really connect with first who they are, what makes them unique, why they're so passionate about the message that they're sharing. And then know who it is that you're talking to. The camera is a conduit, like a telephone, right? You don't get on the phone and think about, oh my gosh, do I say everything okay? And when it comes to video, we're so worried about our words. We're worried about looking good. We're worried about being good. But when we are connected, people, like, the biggest compliment I can ever get, or my clients can get, is, oh my gosh, I watched your video and it sounded like you were talking to me. Like, how did you know? How did you know I was thinking that way? And so I often tell people, stop worrying about the millions you think you're reaching, because I hate to break it to you, you're really not, right? At one time, you're talking to one person on camera, just one. And when you know that one, then you can speak directly into that heart of that person, the pain that they go through, the possibility that they're seeking in their life, and to just really connect with that first. It will change everything about your video, because when you don't know if you don't know who you're talking to, you cannot possibly be authentic in any way.
Very good point. It's about understanding. It takes it back to just basic business principles, and that is know your audience, know your avatar, know who it is that you are looking for as a client or a customer. And in this case, now you're telling them, find that authentic voice and reach inside to reach out to them. And the more you have just a simple conversation, so to speak, on camera, the easier it will be to connect with them.
Yes. And even though that sounds so basic, I cannot tell you the hundreds of entrepreneurs that I've worked with that constantly say to me still, but Keri, I work with men, I work with women, I work with people of all ages. Like, that's fantastic. But on camera, you're speaking to one of them. So pick out that one and focus on speaking to that person. And I also have some other really great tips about how to just authentically connect, because we don't want to just talk on camera, we want to connect and convert our clients. We want them to take action. So you always want to start with the why when you're on camera. It's not about you. So please don't go into the diatribe of your bio or why they should listen to you, because you only have less than 8 seconds to get someone's attention, which is crazy, right? But as busy entrepreneurs, we're pulled in so many different directions. And when it comes to a video, our time is very precious. So how do you get them to connect with you? You want to start with why they should watch first. And you do that so great on your shows. Like today we're going to cover this. Or, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 tips on how to authentically connect with the camera to instantly boost your income. Okay, great. Now I know why I'm watching the video. Instead of, hi, I'm Keri, and I'm going to tell you, all about me. No one cares.
Great point. So we've got the 1 tip. You've got 2 others that we are anxiously waiting to hear more about. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want you to share all of that and more as we help people authentically show up on camera. Stay with us. Are you looking for a way to advertise your business, product, or service? Why not do it here on Hustle and Heart TV? We'd be happy to send you our media kit for show sponsorship and advertising. Reach out to us at info@dariethchisolm.com or give us a call at 412-692-1600 and we'll send you a media kit with all the information.
Hey, it's Tam Michelle with Tie the Knot Tuesday here at the Pittsburgh Marriott City Center, where we take care of all of your event and meeting needs brilliantly. So today we're going to talk about personalizing your wedding cake with a cake topper. There are so many different options out there, whether it's 2 turtle doves, Mr. and Mrs., a blingy monogram. There is something that is personalized to you or represents you, and you should add it to your cake. For your wedding and event needs, like us on Facebook at the Pittsburgh Marriott City Center and call us at 412-918-1373 and ask for me, Tam Michelle. Keep smiling.
This is not a hotel. It's an idea that travel should be brilliant. Because it's not only about where you're staying, it's about where you're going. The promise of spaces far beyond your imagination. We're here to advance the art of hosting so you can make the most of your journey. Pittsburgh Marriott City Center. Travel brilliantly.
Hi, I'm Becky Auer, and I help small business owners get their profits through the roof. And you're watching Hustle and Heart TV.
So Keri, I'm all about video, and I know that you are too, and I've always impressed upon my viewers and my listeners to really just get out there and play big in the world, and video podcasting is certainly a means of doing that. And you shared with us one important tip around being authentic when you're on camera, but there's a couple of others that you'd like to share with us as well.
Yes, so again, going back, you always want to start with the why. Why should someone watch your video? How-to videos. Number 1 thing searched in Google is how-to. So what juicy information can you share with your ideal clients that's going to, get them inspired to work with you further? Don't be afraid to give good content. People are afraid to give too much, but I'll tell you what, people don't know what you know, and implementation can be really difficult. So give as much as you can on camera, because you're going to really build rapport and trust. Now I want to talk about the different types of videos we use in business. There's lots of different types of videos. When you come and work with me for like the 2-day training, we shoot what I call your positioning video. And that video is on your homepage. I consider your website your online home. So when they finally get there, and getting someone to your website can take a lot of work. You've spent a lot of time on putting the website together, driving people to the site. So once they're there, how are they greeted? How do they know they're in the right place? And what steps do they need to take in order to work with you further? Your job in your positioning video is not to sell. You don't have the right to sell to someone that you just meet. I always kind of equate it to, I really don't recommend you ask someone to marry you on a first date. I'm just saying, like, I haven't had that great of experiences with that. So you need to court them a little bit and bring them along. So start with that positioning video. Start with the why first. Then go into who you are and what you do and how you can help them. Always, always have a call to action at the end of your video. And it's not a buy now. It's, get my free thing, or join my community, or get my top 10 tips, or whatever it is that you want to give and share that gets them to come into your community even further. So that positioning video should be done, I think, professionally. It should be in a great looking studio, or you can do it in your home, but it should look really good. So if you don't know how to do your own makeup, which I teach, by the way, but you want to make sure that, again, this represents you to the very best and highest possible way. And then there is what I consider promotional videos. So those are videos you would put on your opt-in pages, or they're videos you might put on your Facebook, or, I mean, YouTube. Everyone should have a YouTube channel. The thing about video, my friends, is that you can't be one and done. And that's often what I see. People are like, okay, I did a video. And you know, Darieth, it's so important that we continue to put out great content. And so being able to consistently put out educational content, which then drives people back to your site, drives them to your blog. My blog is video, right? And so you can use your video. You can take out the audio and use it as a podcast. You can use it as quotes for your social media pages. So there's so much you can do with your videos. So you want to look at how you leverage that one video you do in multiple ways. And then the third types of video, and the ones that I think are the most fun, are personality videos. People want to get to know you and like you before they do business with you. So if you're only talking about your business, and you're only talking about products that you offer, and you're only talking about services, then, you know, people will start to get glassy-eyed and go somewhere else. People want engagement, right? People want to feel like they have something in common with you. So post things and shoot quick little videos about what you do for fun. Are you out jogging on the beach? Are you wine tasting with friends? Like, what are the things that you enjoy that people will go, oh my gosh, I like that too, and all of a sudden we've built instant rapport.
Very good point. How about some couple of don't do's? Often I see people with video probably doing a few things that I start to say, oh, really? Don't. So what would be maybe your top three, if you have them, things you should not do with video?
Okay, top don't do's. Don't go into a video not knowing, again, going way back to what I was just talking about, trying to put out a version of you that you think is perfect, and trying to memorize. Please, 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 please do not try to memorize what it is you're going to say on camera. I teach a format, a really simple bullet point system. So you might go off on a tangent, but as long as you know where you're coming back to, you're great. You're right on target. So know what you're going to say, but not how you're going to say it, if that makes sense. Because no one connects with someone who is scripted. So I really suggest that they do not memorize any of their script.
It's tough.
And then again, lighting and sound.
Yeah, lighting and sound is certainly, and it is tough to memorize a lot of that, and sometimes it takes you away from being conversational. Of course, if you have use of a teleprompter and are comfortable reading that, then that certainly could be an option, but in many cases it's about just being natural and not being scripted, which I think is certainly a good thing to consider. Your backstory, your story, how is it that Keri Murphy is where she is right now in life?
We only have so much time, so let me see. You know, I started modeling and acting when I was about 11 years old, and I always wanted to be on camera, Darieth. It was one of those things. I grew up in an entertainment family. I just say it's in my blood, and yet I never believed that I could do it full time. And I think so many entrepreneurs, they look for validation. They look for, when is the perfect time for me to start doing what I know I'm called to do? And I really think it's funny how when you aren't pursuing what it is that you are called to do, that life shows up, and it can hit you pretty hard. And that's kind of what happened to me. I started my first business at 23. I've been an entrepreneur for over 16 years, and I've actually been a television host for over 20. So I've worked on E! and MTV and TV Guide, and moved out to LA after I closed a company in 2008. That recession hit me really hard, and I was devastated. And I moved out to LA like, okay, well, I know I have some gifts. I'm going to pursue my dream now of doing TV hosting full time. And I did for a while. And I found that there was a bigger calling for me. And that was really inspiring and empowering people to create businesses around the gifts that they have. And that's where Inspired Living really came to be. And started out business coaching. And like so many people, was watching other people do videos online. And it really honestly hurt my heart to watch some of these videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, if they only knew how to get over their fears, if they only knew how to communicate in a way that is authentic, that's engaging. And so I started the It Factor trainings. And they've not only launched my business to a whole nother level, but I've helped so many entrepreneurs learn how to be influencers in their niche, because that's really what I teach. It's not just building a celebrity brand. What is a celebrity? A celebrity is an influencer. And we can do that in so many ways. And video is a small piece of the things that I teach. But that's the condensed version of how I got to where I am.
It is our journeys that bring us to where we are today, and yours is a special one indeed. So we'll talk about what the It Factor is and how to bring a celebrity feeling, if you will, to your brand and your image, and a whole lot more with Keri Murphy when we continue. Stay with us. So what steps have you taken lately to take your business to a whole nother level? Or are you stuck or stalled? I'd love to hear from you. So send me an email at info@DariethChisolm.com, or you can like me on Facebook at Darieth Chisolm or on Twitter at Darieth Chisolm and share your journey. Ask me a question, give me a topic or two, or a potential show guest. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for a career that pays great money? Working with a fun group of people? I know, sounds too good to be true, right? Hi, I'm Troy Miles of the Miles Group.
We will train you, help you get your license, even supply leads. No cold calling.
I've been here 2 years and earned 6 figures this year.
I love my job.
I love the freedom and being my own boss.
If you would like to work among friends, have a great time, and make good money, call us.
Find out more at tmilesgroup.com.
Maybe your manuscript has been rejected for the 10th time. Maybe you're already published, but sales are almost non-existent. The defeated feeling is the same. It's time to get it done right. Rochelle Carter, the author of The 7-Step Guide to Entrepreneurship, has the answers that will turn your career around. Rochelle leads you through the powerful 7 steps, guiding you as you become a successful author and entrepreneur. Build your writing talents into a business, a platform that can sell you and everything you write, giving you what every writer wants, a continuing money flow. Rochelle Carter shares the tried and true, as well as the new, most effective, smart, and affordable steps to plan your publication and sell more books. To be a successful professional writer, the 7-Step Guide to Entrepreneurship is a must-read, a guide you will return to time and time again.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Nikolic, founder of Success Society. We are an online community for female entrepreneurs and women in business built to inspire, empower, educate, and unite women worldwide. And I'll see you on the next episode of Hustle and Heart TV with Darieth Chisolm.
So everybody's got this it factor, this so-called it factor that makes you glow, makes you strong, makes you who you are. Some of us may have trouble finding it sometimes, myself included. But what is having an it factor, and how do you develop it?
Very good question, and you're right, Darieth. We all have it, and it is that intangible quality, that je ne sais quoi, that thing that when you walk into a room, like, people are just drawn to you. It's not ego. It's not, hey, look at me, aren't I awesome? It really, I believe, comes from knowing who you are and who you're committed to being. And when you are truly committed to being a certain way in your life, you're committed to your vision, you're committed to service. And through video, we serve. Right? The more you serve, the more you will reach. That's what influencing and celebrity brands, I believe, are really all about when it comes to being an entrepreneur. And so instead of looking at what everyone else is doing, instead of that comparison and judgment that we probably all do, right? I mean, I'm not immune to it. We go online, we see other people doing videos, we see other people doing things. We often say to ourselves, who am I? Who am I to get on camera? Who am I to go out there and try to make a difference? Who's going to listen to me? And so-and-so's already saying what I want to say, so who cares? It matters. It matters so much, because I don't believe that one of us are here on this earth without a reason, without something bigger that we're, capable of doing, whether we choose to do that or not. And that it factor comes from being committed to being that person, not anyone outside of you, not trying to be like someone else. And the more you're committed to being and serving, the faster your company will grow. I promise you.
Sometimes it's tough in that whole process of really discovering the it factor, as you call it, or discovering our greater selves and then bringing it to the surface and giving it to others. And for anyone who's watching who's saying, yeah, Keri, I hear you, I'm struggling with that, I have some fears, I have some doubts around that, how would you encourage them to move past that and into action?
Well, Les Brown has one of my favorite quotes. He says, you can't see the frame when you're in the picture. And as someone who's been an entrepreneur for 16 years, I often can't see what I'm most capable of. And that truly is what I think one of my greatest gifts is seeing in people what they're capable of and believing in them and breathing life into that before they believe it themselves. And you might not know the whole vision. Just take that step. Take that first step and surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up, going to encourage you, and really get clear on who it is and what you want to create. And don't worry about the how. Again, another quote, Disney says, when he was asked about his vision, he said, I don't know, it's just sparkly and it's out there. We don't need to know every step along the way. And not every video you do is going to be perfect, but it's going to be great because you're committed to being a certain way and to reaching certain people and to help them. And when you do those sorts of videos, again, your community will grow because they really feel like you are authentic and true with what it is that you're saying.
Having community surrounding you, team surrounding you, people who believe in you, who support you is so very important, especially in those times when you feel like you're off base or you're in the frame or you're off track and you're not trusting that it factor that we know that we all have. You mentioned the word perfection, and oftentimes I think that's what holds a lot of people back just from being on camera.
Without a doubt.
They feel like, oh, it's got to be perfect, and they'll take it 1,000 times before they actually get it out there. How do we get past this idea and this notion that we have to be perfect?
Yes, and I am known for saying the P in perfection stands for poison. It is poisonous. It is poisonous to you, your community, because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as perfect. So when you can get camera ready, have a glass of wine, do whatever you need, to really kind of release those nerves, breathe before you get on camera. And then when you press record, I want you to stop thinking about yourself. And I want you to go back to that person that is really struggling or that doesn't know how to get to that place that they're so committed to getting to, and you do. You know how to get there because you've been through it. It's what you teach. It's what you do. And again, when you come from that place, I mess up all the time. I forget words. I say words. I make up words on camera. And you know what I'll do? I'll stop and be like, is that even a word? I don't know, but I'm going to keep going. People want you to be real. They want you to be imperfect because no one connects with perfect. I don't know. I mean, Darieth, when was the last time you watched someone and said, oh my God, they're so perfect. I can't wait to work with them. We don't. So it is just really understanding, and I know it sounds so cliche, but you're really perfect the way you are, however you are, and to embrace that and actually turn it up on camera. Make it a little bit brighter because that's what your clients are going to connect with.
Very good point. You're right. I often say that, if you're waiting around for perfect, you'll be waiting forever. There is no such thing. Yeah.
And there's people that are waiting for you right now, that need what it is that you have to say. And I tell people it's such a disservice for you to be stuck on you when there are so many people that need what it is that you offer. So it's not about you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much about that. Well, speaking about you, more importantly about you, I'm speaking to my Hustle and Heart TV viewers and listeners. Keri has so graciously offered to us a special discount for one of her special programs. So Keri, if you'll share that with us, and thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I really am passionate, if you can't tell, about helping people work through that fear, teaching them simple ways to craft their copy, a fancy word for your script, so it does connect and convert with their ideal clients, teaching them, what sort of technology to use and how, even makeup tips and things like that. So I created a 10-module online course that walks you through how to ignite your own it factor, how to create that message, how to be authentic, and how to get it out in a bigger way. And for your viewers, I'm offering it at almost 70% off. So I'm giving you a really big discount. You just have to go to Ignite It online. I know you'll have the link to share as well, and put in the code HUSTLE, and they will receive that discount.
Fantastic. That is so gracious of you. We will have that link available on the show notes page. So on the page that you're most likely watching this on, and or in one of the links that we put out promoting this show, we'll also include it in the email. So no worries. We'll make sure that you have that and you can take advantage of this very generous and tremendous offer that Keri has extended to us. And I really appreciate that, especially on a personal note, because I've really been encouraging people to show up on camera, whether it's just promoting through video and marketing, whether it's on their website, and then definitely with a video podcast or a podcast show, because that is playing larger in the world. And, you know, not everyone will do a video podcast, but even doing just a podcast and putting your voice out there up-levels you and takes your brand to another level. It allows you to get above the fray and position yourself as the authority in your field. And, you know, I'm sure that with all you have to offer, that will help to support people in their mission to even developing their own podcast or video podcast shows.
Yes, absolutely. And Darieth, I love what you are saying and what you stand for, because you're right. How do we rise above the fray? How do we stand out in a very crowded, saturated marketplace? And again, it's not about doing what someone else is doing. It's really about getting your message out there in a bigger way. And podcasts and videos, definitely the way to do that.
Great, fantastic. Well, we always like to wrap our show with 2 tips, and I feel like we've pulled a lot out of you this afternoon, but I would love for you to share a hustle tip for our audience and a heart tip.
Well, my hustle tip for your audience is constantly up-level your community. So as entrepreneurs, we are worker bees. We're constantly looking at our bigger vision, and sometimes there's a gap between where we are and where we want to go, and we're trying to figure it out on our own. One of the things that has catapulted my company is constantly investing in myself and up-leveling my community all the time. So that's my hustle tip for you. Get out of your computer after this podcast and go network with people that are doing things that you aspire to be, do, and have. It really will take your mindset and your business to the next level. And then the heart tip is to stay really clear on who you are and what you're committed to creating, even when times get tough. Take that 20 minutes out a day, and if 20 minutes is too much, take 5 to unplug, breathe, pray, do your affirmations, and just breathe into what it is that you're committed to creating, because it's really easy to get stuck in that scarcity mindset sometimes of I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, I don't know enough, and that only creates more of those things. So focus on all the things that you do have and take time out to be present for that.
Keri, thank you so very much. So much valuable information about being authentic on camera and just jumping past your fear and doing what it takes to show up big and brave and bold in the world. Keri, your great tips we will continue to feature and share with our Hustle and Heart TV audience, and thank you for that special gift that you're extending to them. I'm sure they're going to want to take advantage of it. So you'll be able to go out to the show notes page, DariethChisolm.com, search for Keri Murphy. You'll be able to grab the link for that special gift that she's giving all of my viewers and listeners, and I am so grateful for that, Keri. By the way, if you're watching or listening on iTunes or Stitcher Radio, do us a huge favor and subscribe, rate, and review this episode as well as others.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.